once you finish your scarf, you're going to
show them about how long it is.
Okay, so Catherine shows it's a long scarf.
So she likes the double infinity scarf.
Yeah, so it will double over. You're gonna take, once you've run it to your length, you're gonna take about this much extra and just cut. And you're gonna cut it off. And then the best thing would be to hold on to this end because it will unravel otherwise. You're going to take your scarf, and the best way to do this is to look at how it ended and to then go follow all the way through with how it ends. So in this case, I ended up with it being the right side up. Most of the time mine ends up being wrong side up, so it's like the more loopy side. But you're going to take it and you're going to fold it up to where that side is up when you go to tie it off. Usually, oh, it actually did end this way. This is my favorite way of it ending. If it ends with the tail being toward your palm of your hand, then you'll take it and you'll tie it off by going through and taking all the loops off one by one and having it thread through like that. If it ends up being toward the elbow, then you're going to thread it and then pull them all off as a group or by each individual section. Just kind of depends on which one you would prefer. But in this situation, I was lucky and was able to get it on the perfect side to do this.
So would you recommend, if you don't end up being lucky, doing one more line?
Yeah, if you would rather not have to pull off each group, one more line. If you end up on your left wrist, it's just fine. It does still work. It works the same way as it would if it was on the right hand. It just depends on how you'd rather do it. In my preference, I prefer right hand just because it's my easiest hand to work with. I've done this only with right hand as my ending hand, so it's a little easier for me to do it that way. But ending on left hand is not bad. If you decide to do that, it's definitely an easier option just because it takes less time to go from the palm of your hand over and just take one group at a time off. Let's see if I can get this off. Once you get these all these loops off, you're going to have it not completely connected, so you connect it on one side. So what you're going to do, ooh, this is a long scarf, okay, didn't mean for it to be that long. Once you get it to where it's at that point, you're going to take your end that you just used to thread through your tail, and you're going to line up the two edges from what you had done, and you're going to just start kind of overcast sewing your scarf together. It doesn't really have to be perfect because this is the seam. It doesn't really, no so you can see it. It doesn't matter how pretty it turns out when you do this part. But you're just going to basically wrap it around.
And you're just threading it through those holes there?
I've threaded through the holes. I just kind of randomly do it. There's no special way of doing it.
Okay.
The closer together it is, the longer it takes. The farther apart it is, the more messy it looks. It just kind of depends on how you want to look. But once you get it all the way over, there are times, oh no, I messed up a little bit. No, I didn't. I'm okay. If I messed up. There are times I'll mess up and I'll have to go backward. But what you'll do is after you get all the way over to this end, you can go back over and then come back. That does work if you want to be definitely secured, or if you're like me, you just don't really, are pretty confident to stay put. You'll take it and you'll just double knot. Just a basic double knot. It doesn't have to be anything too fancy. On the side with the side you had to cut off. So it'll be the side that used to be the running end. And then you'll cut off all the extra. You don't want to cut too close to the knot because that will let that knot fall out, and that would be no good because that will then wear out. You'll flip it back to the correct side. If I can find there we go. There's the correct side. And your scarf is done.
Let's see it on.
Okay, this is the finished product of this scarf.
Let me get a close-up. So pretty. Okay.